Yes, Dale. What a weekend, man. What a great weekend.
Whew, sheesh.
Saturday, Sunday, a lot to catch up on. You had yourself quite a time. What's up, buddy? How we feeling?
Honestly, I was down bad this morning. You know, Nick and I on Sundays, we like to open the doors up to the house. I like to get the
Okay.
Traeger going. I like to do a lot of things like that. But Nick
Yep.
and I made bad decisions last night. I ended up hanging. Yeah, I mean, a tornado ran through, so you know how it goes.
What was on the grill today?
Nothing. We woke up, got Canito's big breakfast, and then I was miserable after a nap. I thought I was going to go to Flamingo Deck to watch the afternoon games, get a pizza, maybe a tiramisu martini or two. But nope, fell asleep, woke up hangry, miserable. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got ghosted yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
you had a promising date set up
I
and
don't want to say a date, but like hang out
hang
and
out.
ghosted. Yeah. Why do people do that? Like that's so disrespectful.
Are we?
Just say,
I
like,
don't want
especially
to.
in, yeah, that, or especially in this case, because like I'm very good friends with her roommate.
Okay.
So like it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird.
Well, I am maybe I'm old school. Maybe you are too. Maybe we're just good people. If I'm not interested, I'm just gonna say, hey, I'm not interested. Like I
Yeah.
don't I don't worry. We everyone's been there
Yeah.
where you think
Listen, I'm not worried. That's the last thing I'm doing. I ended up having a really good night yesterday, but yeah, not worrying. I
oh
just
I
like, it's just kind of
oh
funny.
yeah. No, but no, on a serious note though, I mean, you had the courtesy at least. Hey, you know what? I'm not feeling it. Hey, I'm not down. Hey,
Right.
I don't want to do this. I don't
Honestly, like
want.
I'm not gonna be able to do this tonight. Like, just say that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, whatever. So you had a good weekend. Let's talk about this real quick. Urban Meyer, they played Thursday night, Jacksonville. He went to Urban's Pine House in Columbus over the weekend. Shelly Meyer at home, hanging out with the grandkids. Urban's out doing his thing. Will Herb was having a good little time there. You got a little baddie dancing on him. I'm like, ooh.
When you sent that to me, I did not believe you. I thought it was just some dad in his
No,
40s wearing a Q-zip that just got off the golf course
no.
and was trying to mac with some younger tail at a bar.
Yep.
No, the internet remains undefeated. And
Yep.
once I saw your video, I went on to Reddit. I went on to basically every page that you can on Twitter. And not only did I see Urban Meyer getting twerked on, not only did he shoot up in my media rankings of making, not media anymore because now he's a coach.
No, he's for the
Uh,
streets.
wow.
He's for the
Wow.
fucking
Wow.
streets. I love that out of my old
The
coach.
photo that confirmed it because it was a grainy kind of video. Someone had shot it, only got just maybe 2 seconds max of his face, but you can see his haircut. I don't know if it's a flat top, whatever you would like to
That's the Urban
describe it.
special.
Yeah. Then it's followed up with those two homegirls, the blonde and the brunette. We're sitting next to him at the bar, and he is full on, lights on,
Nobody's home. Nobody's home. You've
He
seen
looked
those
like
eyes on
he
me a
looked like
couple
one
times.
of me and you, like we went to the shore club.
Literally, dude. I just want to know what his right hand was doing.
Yes,
That's all I want to know. I don't
want to know
care.
exactly.
I don't care either way. I just want to know how much respect I need to give Urban Meyer.
I thought he was in Florida. Now, you Ohio boy here, need you give me the confirmation. He was downtown Columbus. He has his own bar. What's
Yeah,
going on?
he owns a bar in Columbus. I'm 90% sure he flew into Columbus for the weekend because they had the Thursday night game. From the reports that I was seeing, he was at Urban's Pine House in Columbus. Like he owns that place that he was at, from what I saw.
Urban, man.
And I say that,
funny?
so I say that because the guy that someone like tweeted a picture out, and the location was Urban's Pine House, and was in the same outfit that he was caught in doing his little dance thing within the video.
It's like this, like.
I mean, I wish he would have been like going out, but like, I mean, his hand was down. He was just standing there, like lights on, nobody home, like getting twerked on. So they're getting danced on. It wasn't really
and then okay, so we made jokes. I take it back for by Thanksgiving he's gonna have a mental breakdown or whatever. We never wish anything on him, but I just figured he's not used to losing. He has a super young team. There's a completely different mentality with coaching NFL players versus college players.
Yep.
And then they lose that game against Joe Burrow, one of his former players. And Dale, you and I both know a mini bye basically occurs after a Thursday night game. It's 10 days between their next game.
Yeah. He just needed, he needed a boys' day.
That was the best. That
Yeah.
was literally the funniest thing. And there was only one thing that would make me shoot up my rankings of Urban Meyer and how much it's not that I don't respect him anymore, but wow, could it have happened at a worse time?
No, like right now, no, not at all. Poor Herb. Hopefully Shelley's not too upset with him after that one. Let's stay in Columbus though. Ohio State finally looked like a top 10 team this weekend, taking it to Rutgers. CJ Stroud looked good. Wide receiver core looked good. Really nothing else to report on that one. Georgia ends up shutting out Arkansas. I think I saw the stat. Georgia's defense has given up 1 touchdown all year. Will, right now, who is the class of college football? Do you think it's Georgia or Alabama?
I'm gonna still stick with Alabama. They completely destroyed Ole Miss. At one point, the total, going into the game was 80. So if you would have bet the over and the score would have been 40-30, it still wouldn't have hit.
Nope.
I don't know. I just think that Alabama's a factory that has inserted West Coast players.
Yeah.
That Bryce Young is from Modern Day High School in Los Angeles, California. If you're USC, if you're UCLA, if you were Oregon, if you were any team in the Pac-12, how do you let a kid literally in your backyard get poached and go to Alabama?
Because it's fucking Alabama, dude. Like, look at what they did with Tua. Look what they did with Jalen. Like, it's a factory now. Mac Jones, even. If you're a top recruit in the country, you're going to Alabama, you're going to Ohio State, or you're going to Clemson. And it sucks, but it's the truth.
But speaking of Clemson really fast, they are ranked 26th. My SDSU Aztecs, 25th, baby.
Let's go,
25th.
baby.
Let's go. No, but to answer your question, I still want to say Bama.
Okay, I'm with you. Bama.
QB of Ole Miss, he's a Heisman favorite maybe, didn't really show out. And I think there's not much else to say. We're going to see them in the SEC championship game. I'm pissed at Arkansas. Sorry, that's my phone going off. Pissed about Arkansas. I bet them 18.5 to cover. Didn't show up. Did not show up. So fuck them. But overall, good weekend in college football.
Yeah. Last one. There's a top 10 matchup. Notre Dame, Cincy. Cincinnati took it to Notre Dame on the road, won that game. Not really surprised. Cincinnati's a really good football team. Luke Fickell has those boys ready to go. Do you think Cincinnati could run the table, potentially get a college football playoff berth?
I don't think so. I just feel that the way the CFP schedule is formatted and run by TV, if it was run by college football, yeah, I mean, they would definitely have a shot. Knowing the way they are TV executives, they're going to want the biggest names, not the biggest story. And the biggest story, obviously, is Luke Fickell, who it seems like me and you have first-class tickets on the bandwagon.
Yeah. Complimentary
snacks, fresh towels. It's awesome. Yeah, they could run the table. I think they can. In terms of the top 4, it's very unlikely. You said it. The top guys love going. They want to go to the best schools. It's not going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, until the playoff expands to 8 teams, like Cincinnati just aren't getting in. All right, let's get to Sunday, our favorite day of the week.
Yes.
I watched football since 10 o'clock, just got done. You've been watching football since 10 o'clock, just got done.
Yesterday.
Yep. Well, yes.
Yeah.
Guys, Washington football team, let's get to the bets first. Will, you did not like this pick for me. I took Washington football team minus 115 money line. Ka-ching! That's a big dub.
I'm happy for you. I had Antonio Gibson and Terry McLaurin. Congratulations on the money. We're going to go over all of our bets today. If you're a Falcons fan, I'm sorry. Wow.
I'm not even sorry at this point.
Wow.
The only highlight,
tradition. The one thing I do want to say in this game, I don't know if you tweeted it. I saw something, but it was a big, big moment. When Chase Young had apparently had contact to Matt Ryan, right? The play where he threw it, went on the knee, and then it got picked off. So it was a lose-lose for Atlanta.
That was one of the worst fucking calls I've ever seen in the history of football. It is the no fun league. Like, how is that ever a foul? That is Vegas having Atlanta money line. That's what that call is. There's no doubt about it.
I love the conspiracy theory. No, that was really bad. No, it seeing that live, like
You're telling me that ref did not have Atlanta money line on that call?
There's Tim Donaghy.
I literally pushed you harder at Short Club than Chase Young pushed him.
And you know what's funny? Like, you know, Matt, it's Tom Brady, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. They're gonna get those calls. You know, Matt Ryan's like that lower tier. It was bad. Credit to Washington though. And you know, the New York Giants won today too.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I lost that bet 7.5. You told me, a couple other people told me. Giants outright won that game. Money line. Danny Dimes did his thing. What's up with the Saints? Like, why can they not be consistent?
Quick credit to Saquon Barkley too, who a lot of people didn't want to draft in fantasy. It looks like he's gaining steam. We'll see.
Saquon
ACL. In terms of the Saints, Was it an aberration that first week? Was it just a giant rally cry and everyone?
They beat the Patriots too.
Yeah, and it's just you think, okay, is Jameis the guy? He throws 5 TDs against Green Bay, and he really hasn't shown up. No. And he was at home. Is this a factor of Sean Payton not really trusting Jameis? Because he does make those big throws. I don't know. They're in quite a conundrum too.
It is. Let's move to Philly. We both had Kansas City -6.5. That hit. No surprise. Patty Mahomes had a day. Tyreek Hill went absolutely off. Are the Chiefs back, or was Philly just that bad? Like, are we trusting the Chiefs again now?
I don't think Philly's that bad. I think they had hung in there for most of the game. They just ran out of basically stamina to keep up with them. I had Tyreek Hill in my fantasy, which was amazing. Got me basically 50 points. Look, we said before the game, it was hard to believe a scenario where Kansas City was going to lose 3 in a row early in the year. Credit to Andy Reid. He is now the first coach to have 100 wins with 2 different teams, which is honestly impressive. Obviously, his former, the Philadelphia Eagles, that was made a big headline, and now the Chiefs. Are they back? I don't know if they really left. I think if you think about it, 2 weeks ago, the Baltimore Ravens, Clyde Edwards-Helaire fumbles on a crazy last, driving play going to score. And then my SD Chargers of Los Angeles County goes in and punches them in the mouth. I think, honestly, the Chargers win woke them up and gave them a sense of urgency. And you heard Patrick Mahomes say, hey, you know what? We've been kind of lazy. We've been kind of going through the motions. It basically woke up the sleeping bear. Let's see how it is after this month.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, you hit the nail on the head there. All right, your new team, Arizona, goes into LA, beats the Rams pretty handily. Kyler Murray looked incredible today. Will, what's going on, dude? Are the Cardinals for real?
At this point, you thought the first week of the season when they went into Tennessee, and then after they had thrashed them, and I think they are very overrated too, and they lost to the Jets today, by the way, the Tennessee Titans. The Arizona Cardinals, yes, they are legit. And so right now, Kyler Murray, cash in while you can, because tomorrow morning, and we're recording this Sunday evening, which I actually like. I actually kind of like this a lot.
I fucks with this.
Dude, wager right now money on Kyler Murray to win the MVP. It was an outstanding game. Whether you look at it defensively or offensively, let's do offense first. They went into SoFi Stadium and Cliff Kingsbury simply outcoached Sean McVay. There was no turnovers for the Cardinals offense. I mean, Kyler orchestrated many drives. He was pinpoint accurate. And they were not afraid of Aaron Donald or Jalen Ramsey. And then on the flip side, let me ask you this question, Dale. You're kind of from near the area, even though they're a different conference. Matthew Stafford got out of Detroit. You can't take Detroit out of Matthew Stafford. That was an awful performance coming from a team that was pegged to go to the Super Bowl and go undefeated. And you know what I'm saying? Stafford won MVP. And I was telling other people all along, I said, okay, this is a very high magnitude game. I understand the Rams beat the Buccaneers last week. I think they underestimated how good the Cardinals were overall.
I'm on it. The Cardinals defense is good. The back end looks incredible.
Yes.
Front 7 gets pressure on people. The offensive line's doing enough. Kyler's doing his thing. Receiving core is really good. Chase Edmonds out of the backfield can make plays. Listen, Browns play the Cardinals in a couple weeks, and I think that'll be their first real test of the season. I don't think the Rams are completely there yet. New quarterback, new system for Stafford. Defense doesn't completely look great yet. So I think that's a team, though, that's going to keep improving as the season goes on, the Rams.
I think so, too. And just really to cap it really fast on the Cardinals, this was the best game of the season so far in terms of putting everything together. But even going up, I mean, they are in the top 2 or 3 of every offensive category.
Absolutely.
And I still feel like they can get better, which is insane. Like, it's just nuts.
I agree.
You just mentioned the Browns. I want to set this up for you. I'm going to tee this up for you. Your Browns did win. I mean, surprisingly, were road favorites. I actually had picked Minnesota on a separate bet. Your team gets it done. I'm sure you have a lot to say about Baker. Go in right now. But before, I love Kevin Stefanski.
Kevin, my silver fox. He is the definition of my silver fox. I kind of have a man crush on Kevin. I read a stat like the previous 5 head coaches had 122 games coached. They won 22 games. Kevin Stefanski's coached 22 games now, and he's won 15 of them. Kevin Stefanski, keep doing your thing. Keep these boys motivated. 1-0 every week. I'm going to start in the defense. This was a defensive battle, both sides of the ball. Going into the game, offensively speaking, Kevin Stefanski and Mike Zimmer knew exactly what each other, seemed like they knew exactly what each other was going to do offensively. The defensive schemes were beautiful, both sides of the ball. Brown's got Kirk Cousins, who threw an interception. Greedy Williams has his first career pick today, Kirk's first pick of the season. So I'm impressed with the defense. The front four with Jadeveon and Miles are doing incredible. JOK, I don't know how he ever fell to us in the second round. It doesn't make any sense to me. The guy is all over the field. I will not be surprised if he's still the highest graded linebacker in the NFL since 2019, because going into this game he was rated 93.8, I believe, and that's the highest ratings from any linebacker in the last 2 years. So it wouldn't surprise me to see that rating stay there. He played incredible today. Other side of the ball, running game, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt did their thing. They're the only reason we won this game. Baker looked terrible. As he said himself, it was a piss poor performance. I don't know what's up. He missed a wide open Odell for an easy touchdown at the end of the game, and I could tell like Odell needed that. He needed that, and he was so open. I don't know. But accuracy issues usually is not something that Baker is known for. Baker consistently does. So we'll see. Going forward, Baker's just got to be better.
Yeah, there's not much else I can add to that. Really fast, though, to the OBJ. I have a lot of fantasy talk because I have a few fantasy teams. It fucking hit him. Oh, he was wide open.
Gotta make that pass.
You have to make that pass. You put yourself in a position to win. The team did. Just stomp them out. You had the Vikings on their heels at that point. You got to go for the kill shot, double tap like in Zombieland. You got to hit the throw.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it too much for Baker? Because we know that your guys' offensive line is
I think he was just off today.
Okay, but
I think he's just
you
off.
Can't be off against the Ravens. You can't be off against the Bills, against the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, Colin Cowherd. Listen, everyone's allowed to have a bad game. He was in the top 5. He's in the top 5 in completion percentage entering the week. He just had a bad game. Like if he starts doing this 2 weeks, 3 weeks in a row, okay, now we're scratching our head. But you know what? We got the win. This is a game the Browns used to lose. Like, think about that. Like 2, 3, 4 years ago, the Browns would have found a way to lose this game. And now we're finding ways to win this game. We're 3-1, moving on to next week. We're in LA. We're going to go beat the shit out of the Chargers. I'll be in attendance. Got the city behind them. So,
yeah, you're going to look like Herb at SoFi Stadium. Lights on, no one's home. No, the Browns, though, it was overall team performance great. They found a way. I love the aggressiveness of Stefanski, even though it was the lowest fucking scoring game of the day. Going for 2. I mean, that's the aggressiveness you see like at the college level. It was Stefanski. It was his former team. He wanted to stick it to Zimmer. You guys are good. I mean, in that term, yes, like hell, sign me up. I don't know. I think I have a man crush on him too. There's just something I see with him that I haven't seen with other Browns coaches. The only thing I'm worried about, and you can kind of see it on his face when the camera zoomed in on Odell after he had gotten overthrown or behind whatever Baker fucking threw it way out of his area code. There was a sense where I was like, okay, there is some maturity in OBJ, which I'm happy about, because if that was hell, even last year or when he was with the Giants, he would have threw a fit. He would have threw his helmet. He bit his tongue. Now, I don't know what was said in the locker room. I'm really, really hoping that doesn't create like a distraction, because at some point, like you just said, he really needed that. And I think that would have been a great spark plug to be like, hey, welcome back, OBJ, post knee surgery. He didn't get it.
So last thing on the Browns, then we're going to move on. I think currently Odell's in the deepest state of his meditation. I think he understands that at this point in his career, he's coming back from multiple injuries. He's really not in a position to say or do anything like he was in the past. At this point, I think his sole purpose is to win a ring. He wants to win a ring. He understands that his current situation, besides for maybe 2 other situations in the league that aren't realistic for him, this is his best chance to get a ring. He's with his best friend, and he's growing up. He's maturing. Like, he's understanding things maybe that he didn't in the past. So I just want to keep seeing this growth out of this team.
Yes, that great point. Not doing cocaine off of models and eating pizza in the same bed with them. Hey, no, I'm just kidding.
Are you?
You got to win. And surprisingly, the Cincinnati Bengals are tied at the top of the division with you. So for what that's worth.
They are. All right. Well, America's game of the week. Tampa Bay Buccaneers went into New England. Tom Brady returned home to Boston. Played his first game against Bill Belichick, Mac Jones, and company. The line in this game was Bucks -7.5 to -6.5, depending on what you saw. I told you right before we came on air that I saw a funny tweet that said, if you are a Tampa -6.5 better, I feel bad for you. There's no way Vegas is going to lose after they lost out on so many favorites today. Vegas got hammered today. Lo and behold, New England covered. New England looked really good. It was raining hard. What do you think of the game?
Conspiracy theories. I love it. There is a sense of that. And, you get stuck on those Reddit streams, whatever. Game wise though, Dale, there was something about this game, and I understand narrative and media hype up and all of it, but it took me a while, and it wasn't until I think after the 2-minute warning when we had saw that the Buccaneers that were going to get that game after Nick Folk doinked that game, attempting that game-winning field goal. Doink. I love how the mics like boom the shit out of it too. Dude, this was pre-legacy, right? Like, it's taking me back now. It's like that was one of the greatest coaches and one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time that we just watched.
And Tom Brady passed Drew Brees as the all-time leading passing yards tonight. So it's like full circle.
It was kind of nuts, man. It's just like, when are we ever going to see that again? Sorry, just not to get all sentimental. Yeah, no, like all earth-shattering life experience-wise. It was kind of like took me back because I'm writing down my notes and stuff. I'm thinking, Bill Belichick schemed perfectly. Mac Jones had 19 consecutive completions, which is like a rookie record. Like all the stats are there and everything. And for the most part, talk about a typical Massachusetts weather day, right? Fucking rain, it's cold, it's windy. I can see why Tom Brady wanted to get out of there after 20 years. You want to go down to Tampa Bay where it's just hot as fuck. Look, man, Bill Belichick created a scheme that basically stymied Brady and the Bucks for 80% of that game. They weren't leading until like halfway through the third quarter.
For sure. Yeah, no, the game honestly went, if I was to say, how's this game going to go? It went pretty much the way I thought it would. Bill Belichick's going to scheme up a good defense. Brady's going to end up winning late in the game. Mac Jones is going to look okay. He's going to take care of the football. I don't think Mac Jones looked great. I don't think he looked bad. He did what he needed to do for a rookie quarterback. You know what I mean? Like,
I thought he looked pretty good. Yeah,
but he wasn't like great. Like, the offense wasn't incredible. Granted, the weather was what the weather was, but the defenses both played pretty good.
I think what the biggest thing is we learned more about the Patriots than we did about the Bucks. I think going in, we knew what the Bucks are. Yeah. We know what they're probably going to be and how well you can project them. I was saying you're not very high on him, but Mac Jones kind of balled out. And given the circumstances of the game, because pregame, you saw all of it. Talk all the videos and tributes and everything, all the graphics that NBC put in and the pregame show. And it was a lot. And obviously Brady can handle it because he's been in these shoes for fucking 22 years now. Right. On the flip side, on the other shoe is Mac Jones, who is barely old enough to legally buy booze. And I was thinking, wow, what if he can't handle this? Like, imagine being 21 in that situation and you are like replacing the GOAT. Right. Yeah. I mean, that's how I was thinking. And for the most part, I think they got their guy. And you thought, the other headlines throughout the day, Trey Lance had an appearance with the Niners. Trevor Lawrence's head coach is just getting drunk with 20-year-olds at bars. And it's escaping me who's the other rookie QB. Oh, Zach Wilson barely got a fucking win today against the Titans. If you're Mac Jones, he's in the best situation. You have the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about him.
Yeah.
But with the Bucks,
like you said, best situation for sure.
Do we know how to beat the Bucks now? I mean, they lost last week to the Rams and they almost lost to the Patriots. Are you willing to place money right now on the Bucks to win the Super Bowl if you had to today?
No, because I think there's a team in Northeast Ohio that's going to get it done. Oh, but God. Hey, but we know what the Bucks are. Like they're championship defense. They have a winner at quarterback. I don't think the regular season really matters much. I think the Bucks are capable of winning a Super Bowl with who's on the roster.
You gotta stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Stay
signed
healthy,
Richard
show up.
Sherman off. Richard Sherman's a Buccaneer, and
Yeah.
Antonio
That looked
Brown. Like
weird.
some of the, if only Gronk was playing. Like if they're like some
It
of these
looked weird.
players that are on this team, you're like, if it was 2014 and you were knocked out into a coma, and then you woke up 7 years later and was like, oh, is this a video game? Like they're all on the same team.
Yep.
Overall, I would give it a passing grade in terms of hype wise, in terms of what do we expect. Betting wise, I'm pissed. I bought 6.5 and wasn't even close. So overall, pretty good football weekend.
Yeah, really good. Let's go to LA right now. Let's preview tomorrow night. Your ex-girlfriend, the Los Angeles Chargers, are going to be playing the undefeated Las Vegas Raiders. Chargers are going to be 3-point favorites at home. I'm personally on the side of I don't know who the fuck's going to win this game because I still don't trust either of these teams, so I'm going to stay away. What do you think?
Okay, in normal circumstances, non-COVID and everything, the home team usually gets the field goal, right? They get 3 points. But when I was doing research for this, it was at 3.5. I think it's gone down to 3, as you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Numerous reports that are saying that it's going to be sold out with Raiders fans. What's new? I don't think I've seen a home Chargers game in about 5 years, even when they were in San Diego. This is the big test for the Raiders. Obviously, I want to lean towards the Chargers. I think you would want, even though they're playing at home, but they have road type atmosphere. I think I would trust the Chargers more. Now, again, on the flip side with the Raiders, you're going to learn a lot about them because they are 3-0 as we speak. And when you watch this, it might change or not. But Derek Carr, how many times have we had this discussion? Is he Gruden's guy? Is he legit? He was leading the league in passing until today. I don't know, man. It's this one's a tough one too that I want to steer away from. The AFC West, I mean, you think about the West Coast football in both conferences, they both kick ass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
just
guess long answer.
I don't know
the
enough.
Chargers?
Yeah, I just don't know enough. Like you just said, AFC West is just so up and down right now. The Raiders always start hot and they always end 8-8. So I just don't know what Raiders team's going to show up tomorrow night. I can see Herbert going out there and just throwing the rock around, and I can also see the Raiders defense with Jonathan Abrams and Max Crosby showing up and shutting out the Chargers. I just don't know.
Yeah, they have some injuries on the back end too. That if you're going to create an advantage, I'd probably go Chargers because I like their receivers versus the defensive backs on the Raiders.
Yeah.
But look, man, they beat the Ravens, even though they are depleted, and they are 3-0. So I don't want to discredit them. Without a doubt, this is a super challenging game. Even when they weren't a talented team, Raiders Chargers, it's a very tough matchup. It's been rooted like that since like the 70s. Kind of like when you guys played the Steelers or the Ravens or the Bengals when they were good. Yep. This one is tough. And betting wise, I would wait as close as possible to the game because there are some injuries too defensively for the Chargers that might impact this line. But head to head, might lean Chargers.
Okay, I like that. Guys, this was like Will said, this was a great football weekend. We're going to end it tomorrow on a strong note. Raiders Chargers. Hopefully there's a good game there. I'm at Arundel_. That is at Will Galvez. If you guys are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go do that right now. Don't forget to give us a follow at WOTM Daily, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, at JP25 Media. Will, I will talk to you soon, buddy.
Yo, good stuff today. Good football weekend. We are fully in it, and I love it.
Let's go. See you guys later.